It's crazy how these two managed to convince us that they were hopelessly in love and that they were going to love each other, but they got divorced in less than a year and a half. Girl, when I say that things have been a hot mess ever since, I'm not kidding. Simon Gita has been accused of being a scammer and a fraud, but it looks like he is now turning the tide on Porsha because he just accused Porsha and her mother of being con artists and putting on a false front for the cameras. If you all thought the divorce would be resolved amicably, you have no idea how messy this is going to get, so let's break it down. If you've been following this whole divorce mess, you know that this isn't the first time these two have been disparaging one another. In fact, it seems like they both thrive on being petty. So we shouldn't be shocked by anything at this point, unless they're not really trying to feel sorry for Porsha, because she dated Simon when he was allegedly still married to his. When she first filed for divorce, her ex-boyfriend Fallon, who was, incidentally, Porsha's buddy before all of this drama erupted, said, "Yeah, the situation is messy and the fans aren't having it." In his filing, Simon clapped back at her, accusing her of being a gold digger who only married him because he was wealthy. He also asked her to acknowledge or deny that their prenuptial agreement was unjust and unreasonable, as well as that she married the respondent for his money. He also suggested that Porsha never loved him, cheated on him during their marriage, and abruptly filed for divorce. In addition, he reportedly asked Porsha to confirm or deny that she had never been in love with him, and whether she had cheated on him during their marriage. It appears that a significant portion of Simon's resentment is due to the fact that he lavished a great deal of money on Porsha during their marriage, only for her to leave. Simon also asked Porsha what she thought the reasons were for her husband giving her a 5-figure monthly allowance. Without a second thought when things ended. But here's the thing, just because Simon is making these claims doesn't mean that they're true. I'm not saying he's lying, but in cases like this, we do need to be open-minded and cautious. In addition, Simon made some serious accusations that raised the possibility that Porsha cheated on him during their marriage. According to court documents, he even named a couple of men he believes she had an inappropriate relationship with. Simon asked her to describe the nature of her relationship with a man named Kelvin. Former Dennis McKenna and another man named Jonathan have asked you to describe the nature of your relationship with Nada Steeman Cash. Given that they don't even belong to the same social circles, have any mutual friends, and there isn't even a single photo of them together, the accusation against Porsha and Future caught us completely off guard. It's absurd that they could have allegedly had an affair in front of us without anyone noticing. As we all know, Future isn't exactly known for being a saint. Instead, he's out there living his best life while juggling multiple women at the same time. If there is one thing we know about Porsha, it is that she is not the type to tolerate disrespect, so when Simon came for her, she didn't waste any time clapping back. Instead, she went straight for the jugular, accusing him of having ED, which, for those who don't know, stands for erectile dysfunction. The idea of him getting involved with a married woman isn't particularly shocking, but the idea of him and Porsha allegedly getting it on is wow. However, several sources close to Porsha are clearing up the rumors, saying Simon is merely trying to slander her. Dysfunctional basically, if you get what I mean, when a man can't get it up. Porsha typed Ed, then shared a screenshot of Ed that explained how a man feels when he has Ed. It's normal for men with ED to feel angry, frustrated, unhappy, or unconfident, but the illness can be cured. Stress and anxiety are normal emotional reactions, but according to a qualitative study, the most common one was a feeling of emasculation. #Men's Health Awareness. She was essentially stating that Simon's irritability was due to the fact that he was coping with Ed's side effects. Bad business. She went on to write tips for erectile dysfunction. Stop smoking and lose weight if you're overweight. Eat a balanced diet, get regular exercise, and work to lower your stress and anxiety levels. Simon clapped back, writing, "My angel wouldn't have to work so hard if I didn't allow witches in my life." The story shifted from one of impending deportation and escaping to Dubai to one of being broke and selling expensive cars in anticipation of the next story, which has now arrived. When #the wife of the street accused her of slandering him, he said, "This railroad 26 days just does not get it. There are consequences for uttering divisive and disparaging remarks. Get your money together because you will need it all to protect what is about to happen. You've come to the correct place, #railroad. A woman who has a history of pursuing the manhood of every ex-peddler using the same old story and tactics. It's a never-ending battle between these two. And it only got worse because Simon is now attempting to change the story and use the story to paint Porsha and her mother as the villain, calling them out for being scammers. He went off on them on Instagram, and to no one's surprise, things quickly became messy. Began by criticizing them for using his Rolls-Royce in the next season of the show, asking why his 2021 Rolls-Royce Ghost was featured in the official trailer for RHOA Season 16. I vividly remember my lawyer sending a cease and desist to prevent filming my car, without my consent, at Bravo TV. We need to talk. He also said that he was going to expose Porsha and her mother for defrauding, writing, RHOA Season 16 is going to be so much fun exposing the family. Let's head back to Costa Rica, Mom, and see who is defrauding and scamming. We'll make receipts available to the public. Finally, he threatened a lawsuit, writing, I keep trying to avoid this unappreciative family like the plague, but they keep coming back. My name is not Cordell Stewart, and I fight back with fat. You can expect that the true fraudsters will be discovered. After all, it seems like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. He then accused Bravo of assisting Porsha in playing him as the antagonist in the story, stating, "Here comes." He then said, "Call your lawyers and find the quickest exit from this catastrophic narrative you keep coming up with, because it will continue to be costly to all parties concerned." Bravo, a Comcast and NBC Universal subsidiary, actively facilitating and bolstering a story that is legally protected by a prenuptial confidentiality clause about how irresponsible a $167 billion company is. We don't know what exactly is in the prenup, but it appears that there may have been an anti-defamation clause or something in it. We've seen it occur in many celebrity divorces, so it wouldn't be very surprising. In addition, Simon is making it appear as though Porsha's hands aren't exactly clean, and that she has been hurling stones at him while allegedly doing the same thing. Given how petty Simon is, you can believe that. You can know that it will be messy when he eventually brings out all the tea. Assault fans said candidly, "I think both of them are scammers. They deserve each other's attention. They conned each other, she with that body and he with his financial wealth." Simon is angry and resentful because he isn't used to being abandoned. Often, he is the one who leaves women. I don't feel sorry for any of them, but this other individual believes that Simon is just bluffing. Don't you think that if Simon had damaging information on Porsha's mother, he would have utilized it sooner or publicly threatened her with? He is a seasoned scammer, so if he would have tried to acquire what he wants from Porsha, a black man who adores her mother, as he already knows that her family has a significant legacy in the Atlanta area. This is a lot of drama, but please share your thoughts in the comments section and watch the next video.